Finally, more and more high elo players are adapting to the Sanguine Blade Misfortune meta. That's like the weirdest invade I've ever seen, especially considering Maokai is not with them. This can work, but at the same time we see the red team's pings on the minimaps, so probably they're counter-invading, and yes they are, so okay, those are never going to meet, huh? Oh, they actually see them through Fog of War. Yeah, but they don't have Smite, so that's not gonna work. Maokai looks dead, right? Yeah, you just get flash stunned by Pantheon and you die. Alright, so Misfortune's support has died already and she takes a big amount of damage. That's so disgusting. Now she can't even lane, because if she goes to her minions, yeah, they're just going to intercept her. She needs to stand near her tower now, wait for Maokai, try to preserve her health total. She got some auto attacks in there because, well, they can't stand there taking minion aggro at the same time. So that's nice. But yeah, big advantage for the red team right off the bat. Hello, my fellow Misfortunates, and welcome to this analysis. In this lobby, the lowest ranked player is Diamond 1, the highest ranked player is Challenger, so I guess on average this is like a Masters game, or a Grandmaster game, I'm not exactly sure. It's a very wild mix, again, from Diamond 1 to Challenger. And I chose this game to look at because not only is it an interesting game to begin with, because of, I saw, for example, that blue team's top laner will feed beyond repair, and it's very interesting to see how an AD carry or how Misfortune deals with a fat solo laner, but also because this is one of the players, one of the high elo players who goes for a Sanguine Blade build. It's not... Ooh, that's a missed opportunity. Misfortune auto to minion there instead of the Kai'Sa. Might cost them. Okay, it's fine. Maokai lives, which is the most important aspect, right? Trying to go for the Q-bounce there. Okay, yeah, with heal, that dive was a little bit too optimistic. So, definitely good for our blue team leveling the playing field a little bit. But yeah, about the build, well, it's the standard rune page with press the attack and, well, it's like the most picked rune page right now. Press the attack with Presence of Mind and Nimbus Cloak, Gathering Storm. So, nothing too special there. However, the item build, Sanguine Blade first item, as I've said, and Infinity Edge second, and then going into full crit. So, I think it's suboptimal. I think the best way to play Misfortune is still Sanguine Blade full lethality, simply because when you start building lethality, as in get Sanguine Blade, might as well go all in, get all the lethality items, because lethality items are extremely cost efficient and powerful when you buy them in bulk. It's just math. I mean, armor, it's the way armor works. Armor increases your health multiplicatively. So, inferentially, stacking lethality increases your damage exponentially. And that's all you should need to hear, right? And on top of that, lethality items are... Oh, okay, the Nimbus Cloak Flash. Come on, you can do it. Another auto. Got him. Nice. Yeah, that was the power of Nimbus Cloak right there. Without Nimbus Cloak, Misfortune would not have gotten this kill. Yeah, so about the items, crit items are just so incredibly expensive, so I don't really like them in this season. Again, next season is right around the corner with a new item rework. We will see what's up there. I mean, Misfortune will be fine because Misfortune, historically speaking, as a champion, she always adapted to her environment. It didn't matter if crit items. Well, when crit was strong, Misfortune built crit. When lethality was strong, Misfortune built lethality. It's really... she's really flexible in terms of meta. She's very well designed to survive or to thrive in any meta environment, really. And yeah, she has an early Vamp Scepter here. Again, the build, Sanguine Blade, Infinity Edge, and a third item. This player goes for Phantom Dancer, I guess, because for the survivability. Again, with the lethality build, you would just go for Edge of Night there, which is a way better item than Phantom Dancer on Misfortune, simply because Edge of Night gives you plenty of attack damage, and with the lethality, boosts your ult damage way better than the crit stat on Phantom Dancer, which does not give any attack damage. Attack damage being the most important stat on Misfortune you can get. So any item that you buy that doesn't give attack damage, it's iffy at best. But yeah, those are just my 2 cents to Misfortune in terms of itemization. I know Rapid Fire Cannon is highly popular and it has its merits, but overall you get the best value of stacking attack damage. So right now they go for a sneaky back timing. They got a huge wave, crashed it into the enemy tower, which means the enemy needs to stick around, needs to stay in lane, farm that wave, and again, blue team is not losing any minions here. If you have a look, the wave just reset under tower. The red minions are still all alive from the next wave. Misfortune might even be able to get all of them. So that back timing literally went unpunished. Okay, she's going to miss 2 minions, that's all. That's the first one. Okay, she's just going to miss 1. It's fine as long as she stays under tower, but she can't really chase further because of the 1v2 situation. But yeah. So you always want to have the wave in a favorable position before you go back. That's the most important aspect, because you can't afford, especially in the early game, you can't afford to lose vast amounts of CS in terms of gold and, more importantly, in terms of experience. Because if you fall behind in levels, lane phase is going to be unplayable at some point. Okay, but now Misfortune, big item advantage. Serrated Dirk in lane, it's crazy. The 30 attack damage, the 10 lethality, and again, in the early game, again, the less armor the enemy has, or if you want to switch that around, the more lethality you have, the better. Because again, lethality increases damage exponentially. So when base armor is very low, those 10 lethality matter a lot more than if base armor was already quite high in the mid to late game. So yeah, Serrated Dirk in lane, one of the strongest items, especially for Misfortune, because of her amazing attack damage ratios in her kit. And yeah, that should be another base, shouldn't it? Let's see. Yeah, Misfortune can finish Sanguine Blade. Okay, with Kindred they can try to set up the dive, true. Yeah. Okay, I didn't watch the minimap. Obviously when your jungler is around, it's a 3v1 situation. You can easily dive them there. But generally speaking, if the jungler wasn't there, Misfortune would have based. Oh, that's... Okay. Did you see what they tried to do there? They all gathered in this bush and waited for Kai'Sa to return to her lane. When Kai'Sa walks here, ambush her and kill her before she reaches her tower, losing an extra wave. But she was smart enough not to go there. I definitely would have fallen for this play. This is such a nasty ambush. You can't really do much as an AD carry player in that situation. But luckily for Kai'Sa, she didn't go there. Okay, that's now a little bit iffy for blue team. Okay. Yeah, they were far enough away from the tower to for it to not matter. So yeah, Misfortune is getting nice and fed. Also, obviously thanks to a jungler. But this Fiora is already 0-2, and top lane especially is going to be a very tough opponent for our AD carry. Anyway, she can base here, get her Sanguine Blade, and 2,300 gold. Okay, so that's even more. That's Sanguine Blade plus BF Sword, isn't it? Yeah. Going boots here would would be the normal thing to do, but if you go for Infinity Edge second, you want to get that BF Sword as soon as possible, because 1,300 gold, you don't get a back timing with that amount every day, so whenever you can, you should definitely buy the BF Sword if you need it. So Misfortune trying to defend top lane by herself, which is only possible because both enemies are low on HP. Else this would be suicide, especially with a fed top lane. They can just dive you as an AD carry. They are higher level, 2v1. Good items. But yeah, they were both low, so they needed to retreat. But you see Misfortune, she plays very defensively. She doesn't walk up right away. She checks the bush with Make It Rain. This is because, well, she went top lane because bot lane tower fell, and she wants to snowball her lead to other lanes. So Misfortune goes top lane here. But whenever your top lane is an AD carry, you are extremely vulnerable when you're by yourself. So you need to play so defensively. You can only go a little bit more aggressive when you have both your support with you and your jungler in the topside jungle. Then you can play aggressively in top lane. But the way Misfortune played this right there, definitely the right choice. Alright. Seems like they can disengage. Seems like it. Okay. Yeah, not much happening there. Misfortune obviously leaving top lane because it's such an unsafe spot to be in. Going mid lane instead, where her team is way more readily by her side. Yeah, that dragon's just gone. They can try to catch them, I guess. But, okay, they at least get Karthus Flash, so it's not in vain. But red team with 2 dragons now, this is getting a little bit shaky for the blue team. Especially when they get that Infernal Soul. It's very tough to deal with Infernal Soul to begin with, but especially with a Karthus, you can't even dodge his ulti, so he will hit you with it. But yeah, now with Sanguine Blade, you just employ the strategy of push past River Roam, or in this case, push and pressure the tower, and then roam. This is super aggressive. I mean, it's only possible because all of the enemies are visible. Misfortune saw 3 enemies on bot side, 1 top side, and Lulu mid, so she could afford to walk up that far, but now they're missing. Now she needs to retreat and assume they are coming for her. Okay, so she can't push freely anyway right now, so might as well go for a roam. Trying to get the Camille here, but Camille is not really engaging. Had Camille tried to hard engage onto the Kindred, Misfortune would have been there with a counter gank, essentially. So that was the reasoning behind that that move right there. Now the wave's in mid lane again, so Misfortune is going to farm this, preventing... that crit, though. Preventing the wave from crashing into tower. Again, just maximizing CS. You see she's at 120 at 13 minutes into the game, and considering how high her kill participation is, especially for an AD carry in the early game, that's quite difficult to achieve. Especially considering that getting almost 10 CS per minute is quite impressive, and it's because of well-employed macro strategies. So right now the wave's on the tower. This is, again, risky, but it's a calculated risk, because Maokai is with Misfortune and can peel, and Azir and Kindred are both nearby, so should enemies be there, at least she's not caught out by herself, and the fight can go in blue team's favor. But yeah, in general, as an AD carry, hitting the tower is a huge commitment. You're highly vulnerable in a position like this. Alright, the wave crashes. Misfortune pressures the tower, takes it down with Sanguine Blade and W. And... that's a... oh, nice, the CC chain. Okay, nothing Karthus can do there. Maokai plus Misfortune is a very nasty combo anyway. Then getting flash engaged, it just means game over. Maokai holds you in place for way too long. Misfortune presses R and you die. Nothing to do there. However, look at that top lane. Fiora 0-5 at this point, with Camille taking 6 kills. So, yeah, especially Camille. She has such great target access. When she slingshots you, it's like from half a screen away or more, and you just get stunned and 1v1'd. 6 kills. But yeah, this is also why Sanguine Blade is so strong. It makes it rather difficult for enemy bruisers to 1v1 you, because well, they might have great target access, but their teammates most likely don't. So it's they're isolating themselves essentially, granting you the full value from the Blood Pursuit passive right there. So with this passive, with this attack speed plus lifesteal combination, the attack speed, the 51% attack speed, allowing you to apply your lifesteal way more frequently, and also to take down the enemy more quickly, which helps you in that situation. Yeah, with all that in mind, hold on. The flash Q to also hit the Lulu. Yeah, they're out of the fight. With Camille down. Nice, very good job. They just instantly killed the Camille. completely nullifying her 6-0 gold lead. Alright, this should be more objectives. But yeah, what I try to say in terms of why Sanguine Blade is so good, again, it just stops the 2020 AD carry meme, which is anyone can just jump on you and one-shot you. No, they can't. They need to group up to do that, because in a 1v1 situation, chances are you win with Sanguine Blade. Especially now with Infinity Edge, the damage is just absurd, isn't it? Yeah, they want this dragon. Auto Q Karth as it drops, alright. Okay, they get dragon. Again, no reason to fight there. From Miss Fortune's point of view, her team is on dragon, she's just kiting away, distracting the enemy from actually contesting the dragon. And then they just disengage anyway, because dragon is gone, and there's nothing to fight over. Yeah, Fiora looks dead. Okay, Camille just escapes. But the real issue for blue team here is Fiora is just extremely useless right now. Look at the item disadvantage. Fiora is sitting on a Tiamat and a Vamp Scepter. While Camille has a finished Triforce and essentially the same items in her inventory. Top difference. Oh well. Yeah, Miss Fortune now building towards not Berserker's Greaves, but Ninja Tabi. Mainly, again, because Camille is the main problem here. And Miss Fortune's #1 priority is to not get one-shot by her. So Ninja Tabi is the choice for boots, and the next item is Phantom Dancer for the shield. So just making extra sure Camille cannot wreak havoc. That Rift Herald looks risky, or does it? Okay, Karth has tried to steal, but at the same time didn't. Yeah, he gets away. That's a mistake I also make quite frequently. Ulting enemies that are already disengaging. That never works as Miss Fortune. You never get a kill that way. You need to wait until the enemy are overcommitted, or when your teammates crowd control them or something. Then you can ult easily. But then when they're already running, unless they're like super low HP, 100, 200 HP, you're not getting them. No chance. Yeah, with that cloth armor, Miss Fortune should have this. Nice. Oof, that was close though. Again, getting jumped on by Pantheon. Ew. But yeah, the cloth armor really coming in clutch here. But that's what I mean, it gets quite risky when there are multiple enemies and you can't auto-attack as fast, because you lost the Blood Pursuit passive. 55% attack speed is a big deal. You kill them more slowly, you regenerate more slowly, and it's way easier for them to kill you. Can they get another shot? Yeah, obviously, I mean, it's full health. Nice. Getting a base tower like this puts a lot of pressure on the red team. But now they need to disengage. Yeah, staying longer would be overstay. Because you are using your mana and your health, your resources, right? But you're not spending your gold. Whereas the enemy, they can just go from base to the fight very quickly and spend their gold, refill mana and health. Especially when they're all respawning and you're still staying there trying to end. And 5 people who just spend their gold collapse on your team. Yeah, that's how you throw a game. So, very smart move to not overstay, but to recall instead. And yeah, now we have the Phantom Dancer on Miss Fortune. Which is, again, more attack speed and more crit to synergize with Infinity Edge. But most importantly, it's also the shield, right? So Camille, with her great target axes, can't just one-shot Miss Fortune. Same is true for Pantheon. He also is quite threatening. If he has follow-up, that is. He's 0-7, but make no mistake, if he stuns you and a teammate is... well, he can still apply his pressy attack and whatnot, and then one of his teammates can finish you off, so that's also quite risky. So yeah, getting that extra survivability is a necessity because of the game state. Now they're fighting over Baron, or they're trying to fight over Vision around Baron. That's probably the better way to phrase it. But if they just keep the waves pushed, yeah, they need to take down that top tower. If they keep the waves pushed, there's very little room to contest for the enemy team. Yeah, everyone's just pinging Baron right now. Again, blue team is having a tough time establishing vision control because the wave on top lane is constantly in their territory, giving the enemy more vision. It's because this tower here is still alive, right? They need to take that top tower. If they play this cleanly, they just push top lane, take the tower, and then look for a Baron play. But yeah, Dragon is the more reasonable objective right now. Again, preventing red team from progressing towards the soul. At the same time, obviously you want the buff for yourself, so yeah, that spawns. And the chances of either team sneaking Baron in the meantime are pretty much zero, especially when you know the enemy is also rotating towards Dragon. So yeah, both teams eyeing that one down right now. Blue team needs a nice Maokai engage, and they need to peel Misfortune, or they need to peel Camille away from Misfortune. Then it's fine. Yeah, not perfectly synchronized with Maokai ulti, but still works. Nice, they should have this. Can they just end straight up? Maokai pinging the dragon, but yeah, I think they can. It's only one base tower. They're dead for... okay, Pantheon spawns in 10, but with no follow-up he can't do anything. And Misfortune with Sanguine Blade takes down the base very quickly. Not as quickly as with full lethality, because crit doesn't work on towers. But yeah, there we go. If you want to see more about Misfortune, then click the link on your screen right there. A big thank you to all my Patreons and channel members. If you want to become a Patreon yourself, just go to patreon.com/mfdb. But if you rather save your money, you can support me for free by clicking the like and the subscribe button.